You sit down thinking you are about to enjoy a wholesome meal. The menu says fresh, the ad said real, the price makes you believe you are paying for actual food. But what if the truth is that the chicken in your sandwich is not really chicken, the bread under your sub is closer to cake, and the beef in your taco is only partly beef? For seniors living on fixed incomes, being tricked into paying restaurant prices for fake food is not only a financial insult, it is a health risk that can hit harder than a spoiled stomach. Tonight, we pull back the curtain on the restaurant chains that are not serving what you think they are. Subway presents itself as the healthy choice: fresh bread, real tuna, lean chicken. But when labs tested the tuna in their sandwiches, they found something alarming. Several reports showed no traceable tuna DNA at all. Imagine biting into a tuna sandwich and realizing you might be chewing on mystery mush instead of actual fish. One scientific review in 2021 literally wrote, "No amplifiable tuna DNA in the samples." That is not a recipe, that is a scam. And it does not stop there. Subway's bread was ruled in Ireland to contain so much sugar that it legally could not be called bread. The rolls you think are wholesome are nutritionally closer to donuts. For seniors trying to watch blood sugar and weight, eating what feels like a healthy 6-inch sub is like eating cake with deli meat. Former workers have admitted that the chicken strips are often watery and gray, more like soggy tissues than protein. A customer once posted a picture of their sandwich with translucent chicken that looked like a wet napkin. Reviews called it elastic and spongy. These are not descriptions of food, these are descriptions of packing material. Even the vegetables can betray you. Viral photos have shown brown lettuce, mushy tomatoes, and cucumbers floating in dirty liquid. Health inspectors cited multiple stores for poor temperature control, and even staff wiping counters with rags, and then wiping lettuce with the same cloth. That is not a fresh salad, that is salad sabotage. And yet Subway remains the most widespread fast food chain in the world. Not because it is safe, not because it is truly healthy, but because it is cheap and everywhere. But cheap and everywhere does not mean real. For seniors who need real nutrition and value, it means paying honest money for dishonest food. If Subway's so-called fresh promise is little more than smoke and mirrors, just wait until you see what is hiding in your favorite taco. Taco Bell has built its empire on being bold, crunchy, and fun. But what if I told you that their seasoned beef is only 88% beef? The rest is fillers like oats, soy, and silicon dioxide, the same substance used in sand and glass. Imagine paying for beef and getting an experiment instead. Many taste testers describe the beef as wet, gritty, or strangely sweet. That is not tradition, that is tampering. The beans? They are not cooked slowly in pots. They start as brown powder dumped into hot water and stirred until it resembles paste. A former worker filmed the process. One commenter joked it looked like cement flavored with bean powder. For seniors who grew up on home cooking, this is not only disappointing, it is disturbing. Temperature checks are often skipped in late night shifts. That means the meat, cheese, and sour cream may sit out long enough to become breeding grounds for bacteria. Several inspectors have cited Taco Bell locations for food held at unsafe temperatures. And for seniors with more vulnerable immune systems, a dollar burrito could cost far more than a dollar. Even the ice machines can be risky. Investigators have found mold, slime, and even bugs inside Taco Bell soda fountains. One inspector wrote that the ice machine was dirtier than the bathroom sink. Imagine sipping a cold Baja Blast and realizing the citrus flavor is hiding mildew. Taco Bell has mastered flavors that hit cravings hard. Salty, creamy, crunchy, all in one bite. But those same flavors could be masking food safety failures. When food costs that little, corners are being cut. And those corners are the ones that keep you safe. If Taco Bell is turning powdered beans into cement and fillers into beef, what about the family restaurants that claim to serve comfort food cooked with love? Olive Garden built its reputation on endless breadsticks, big bowls of pasta, and family warmth. But behind the scenes, the food is as processed as anything you find in a freezer aisle. Former workers have admitted that the pasta is boiled, frozen, and bagged before it ever reaches your plate. The Alfredo sauce comes in giant plastic pouches, reheated like a sad science experiment. You are not ordering Italian comfort food, you are activating a microwave dinner with table service. Customers have posted videos of lasagna that jiggles like gelatin, cheese that looks like melted plastic, and sauce that resembles glue. One viral photo showed pasta so rubbery it bounced on the plate. That is not dining. That is deception. The fresh unlimited salad is not always fresh. Lettuce comes pre-chopped in bags. Olives are soaked in preservatives so strong that workers reported their hands going numb after prepping them. A little dressing cannot hide the taste of chemical brine. Seniors looking for wholesome vegetables may instead be chewing on additives that have no place on the dinner table. Cleanliness is also a recurring issue. Health records show Olive Garden locations cited for improper food storage, utensils left soaking in dirty water, and even insect activity in pasta bins. One customer found a black hair in their fettuccine and posted it online. The caption begged, "Tell me this is seasoning." It was not seasoning, it was a sanitation failure. Employees complained of being told to reuse towels for counters and dishes. One dishwasher said the cleaning system was hope and bleach fumes. That is not a sanitation policy, that is a gamble. And yet the prices keep going up. The food is not authentic, it is not always safe, and it is definitely not worth the price tag. For seniors who grew up with homemade meals, paying retirement money for a bag of boiled pasta and a pouch of sauce is not just unfair, it is insulting. And here is where the illusion deepens. From sandwiches to tacos to so-called Italian comfort food, we are not just eating shortcuts. We are eating lies packaged as tradition. But if you think this is the worst of it, think again. Because the next reveal does not just target family dining. It targets the biggest giant of them all, the chain you see on nearly every corner, the golden arches themselves. McDonald's is more than a restaurant. It is a global symbol. The golden arch is towering over highways and neighborhoods in more than 100 countries. But behind the friendly clown mascot and the promise of consistency lies a reality that would make any cautious senior think twice. The famous broken ice cream machine is not just a joke, it is a symptom. The machines require long, difficult cleaning cycles. Many stores either skip them or shut the machines down rather than do the work. One employee once confessed that the soft serve machine was either broken, fake broken, or growing its own ecosystem inside. That is not dessert, that is danger. And the burgers that claim to be 100% beef are not made of premium cuts. They come from low-grade meat that is heavily processed and flash frozen. Additives are mixed in to keep texture uniform, not to keep nutrition high. The result is a patty that may technically be beef, but looks and tastes like cardboard once it cools. Former workers have admitted that if a burger is undercooked, they simply scrape off the residue, reheat it, and send it out again. Imagine paying for fresh grilled meat and receiving yesterday's scrapings. Chicken nuggets are no better. Viral factory videos have shown the pink slurry, a paste of blended chicken and fillers, being shaped, frozen, and packaged like toy bricks. McDonald's insists the recipe has improved, but customers still describe nuggets as mystery cubes. One even bit into one and found nothing inside but air. That is not protein, that is puffed deception. Health inspections across the country have caught workers touching raw beef, then touching headsets, then scooping fries without washing hands. One soda machine was found with mold and syrup buildup so thick that the technician compared it to a college fridge on day 50. For seniors with weaker immune systems, that is not a treat. That is a threat. And yet millions keep eating here daily, not for quality, but for convenience. But convenience comes at a cost. And if you think the golden arches cut corners, just wait until you hear about the darling of the so-called healthy, fast casual world. Chipotle entered the food scene promising bold flavors and fresh ingredients. But for seniors concerned with safety, Chipotle has one of the most troubling records. In the last decade, it has had repeated outbreaks of E. coli, norovirus, and salmonella, more than most other major chains combined. Nearly 700 people were sickened in one 2018 outbreak.
Lately, the company has found itself on the defensive for making hundreds of people sick and losing millions in sales.
Linked to contaminated lettuce. A salad should not come with a side of bacteria. The problem is speed and pressure. Workers are told to prep everything daily but under strict time limits. That means chopping, cooking, and marinating can be sloppy. A former employee admitted they once cut raw chicken while still wearing gloves smeared with guacamole. Another said rice was left in warmers for hours, with the top crusty and the bottom mushy. That is not food safety. That is food roulette. Even the guacamole that is praised for being fresh is made in such huge batches that one slip up can spread contamination to hundreds of servings. Bowls are often not cleaned well in the rush, leading to greasy fingerprints and bits of dried food stuck around the rims. That is not fresh. That is careless. And those massive burritos that seniors sometimes pick as a healthier alternative? A single burrito with all the fixings can top 1,200 calories and pack more sodium than one should eat in an entire day. A former manager once joked they were wraps of denial, tricking people into thinking they were eating clean. For someone watching blood pressure or weight, Chipotle can be as risky as fried fast food. The brand markets itself as fresh and responsible. But the truth is, when staff skip temperature checks and when romaine lettuce is used raw, seniors are left with meals that may be unsafe. And if Chipotle has a record this long, what does that mean for other giants? Many seniors trust fried chicken as comfort food, but the reality may not comfort anyone. KFC claims to have a secret recipe of herbs and spices, but the real secret is how processed the chicken is before it reaches your bucket. Reports show that the birds are bred unnaturally for size and yield. Former workers have revealed pictures of chicken with discolored patches and off smells. A viral post once showed chicken pieces so slimy they looked like raw oysters. Customers who ordered crispy fried chicken instead got damp disappointment. The seasoning is heavy with additives like monosodium glutamate. Seniors with blood pressure concerns may be loading up on sodium without realizing it. And the sides that look homemade? Many come from powders and mixes. Mashed potatoes start as flakes, gravy from packets, coleslaw pre-chopped and stored for days. It is less Southern comfort, more Southern shortcut. Workers have admitted that during busy hours, food is sometimes held under lamps far longer than safe guidelines. By the time it reaches the table, it is not only dry but potentially unsafe. Oil vats are also often reused past their prime, leaving chicken with a bitter aftertaste. That is not golden fried food, that is grease recycling. KFC markets itself with nostalgia, family meals, and the image of tradition. But for seniors trying to protect their health, the truth is worrying. Chicken that is pumped with additives, cooked in old oil, and flavored more with science than spice is not dignity on a plate. It is risk disguised as comfort. From McDonald's to Chipotle to KFC, the pattern is clear. Even the biggest names with the most loyal customers are cutting corners. The logos may be bright, the ads may be cheerful, but what is on the plate is not what seniors believe they're paying for. And if these global giants are playing fast and loose with the truth, what about the pizza chains and burger competitors waiting in the wings? Because up next are the brands that sell you cheese that is not really cheese, grill marks that are not really fire, and meals that are more microwave than kitchen. Domino's Pizza has mastered the art of speed and delivery. The boxes arrive piping hot, the cheese stretches in commercials, and the slogan promises satisfaction in 30 minutes or less. But open the lid and you may be staring at a topping that is not what it claims. Domino's does not always use pure cheese. Instead, it often relies on cheese blends bulked up with cheap vegetable oils. That means instead of full dairy, you may be biting into a layer of imitation cheese designed to melt and stretch, but not nourish. Seniors who need real calcium and protein are instead paying for fillers. The tomato sauce is no better. It contains added sugar to keep it shelf-stable and palatable, sometimes more sugar than candy bars ounce for ounce. For seniors watching diabetes risk, this is a hidden landmine. You think you are enjoying a savory meal, but in reality you are spooning sugar onto dough. Even the crust, advertised as handmade, is pre-mixed and often frozen before hitting the oven. Former employees have admitted that during rushes, dough sits out too long, dries, and is reused anyway. A pizza may look fine but taste stale, leaving customers with a cardboard shoe that costs dignity in dollars. For seniors trying to enjoy a rare treat, biting into fake cheese and sugar sauce is betrayal in a box. Burger King markets the Whopper as flame-grilled, but the flames are an illusion. The smoky taste comes not from actual grills but from liquid smoke flavorings. The patties are frozen and often microwaved before assembly. A customer once posted a photo of a Whopper with grill marks painted on yet lukewarm in the center. That is not flame, that is fakery. Lawsuits have accused Burger King of exaggerating beef content.
A judge has some thoughts on this, which is why that judge is now green-lighting a lawsuit against Burger King, allowing it to move forward.
Some tests revealed patties with so much filler that customers felt cheated out of the 100% beef claim. One senior wrote in a review, "I paid for a Whopper, I got a warmed sponge." It is not just a matter of taste. For people already battling health issues, additives and fillers in place of real protein can be harmful. The fries are another story. Left under heat lamps for hours, they often reach customers limp and greasy. And the soda machines have been found with mold buildup similar to other chains. When a drink station is dirtier than a public restroom sink, no amount of ice can hide it. For seniors, one wrong sip can mean days of illness. And yet the marketing keeps promising the home of the Whopper. Seniors deserve honesty, not deception. If the burger is microwaved and the smoke is bottled, then the crown is just cardboard. Applebee's closes the list, and it may be the most depressing of them all. Touted as neighborhood dining, it is really a parade of frozen and reheated meals. Former cooks admit that more than 90% of what is served arrives pre-cooked, vacuum-sealed, and thawed on demand. The sizzling skillet fajitas are staged with steam tricks, not freshness. Eggs and baked potatoes may be the only items cooked on site, and even those sometimes arrive half-prepared. One viral photo showed a steak that looked gray, limp, and shaped like a pancake. Comments mocked it as a damp rug masquerading as dinner. Seniors spending retirement dollars deserve better than microwaved mush served with fake smiles. The drinks at Applebee's happy hour may sound appealing, but former bartenders confess they are made with the cheapest alcohol substitutes available. The top shelf label is often a joke, with cleaning spray stored just above. Those neon cocktails may numb the taste of reheated entrees, but they also rob customers of dignity. Cleanliness is no stronger here. Temperature logs revealed meat stored above 50 degrees, a danger zone where bacteria thrive. For seniors with weakened immune systems, that is not a risk, that is reckless. And the final insult is price. These are not budget meals. Seniors walk in expecting neighborhood quality and walk out having paid sit-down restaurant prices for factory reheats. Applebee's may look like comfort, but under the surface, it is a microwave mill. So what do you do when the food you trust is not real, when cheese is oil, beef is filler, bread is sugar, and pasta is reheated from a bag? The answer is not to give up eating out entirely. The answer is to demand honesty, choose carefully, and remember that smaller local spots often provide more real food than the giants. Seniors deserve meals that are authentic, safe, and worth the money spent. From subs with no tuna, to tacos with fillers, to pizzas with fake cheese, the pattern is always the same. Cost savings over quality, speed over care, image over truth. These chains thrive not because their food is real, but because it is fast, cheap, and marketed well. But once you know the truth, you can make choices that protect your health, your wallet, and your dignity. Do not let corporations serve you illusions and call it food. Real meals are still out there, often in local diners, family-owned spots, or restaurants that take pride in cooking from scratch. Your money matters, your health matters, and your trust should never be wasted. So the next time you reach for a menu, remember this. Just because it is popular does not mean it is pure. Just because it is advertised does not mean it is accurate. And just because it is cheap does not mean you will not pay for it later. Because at the end of the day, food should fuel you, not fool you. Which of these shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe to The Hidden Menu so you never miss the next food secret.
And remember, the truth is not always on the menu.